Hey everybody, it's the Redstone Wizard here again, bringing you another Redstone tutorial. This time what I got for you is a very important farm for getting a lot of lava. Yep, a Dripstone farm. Now, the way that this thing is set up is that one, you will never lose any source dripstone. And two, it's fully automatic. You don't even have to worry about being anywhere near it. Now, it is, like I said, it's fully automatic and it is expandable in on the horizontal axis, which means you can make it bigger that way and that way to your heart's content. Within certain guidelines, of course, based around your simulation distance and how much time you're willing to put in and how much dripstone you're going to need. So, but yeah, let's just take a look at how it works. Now, this thing I have set up is for a timer, a day timer, based around that time of day it is and how many times it passes. This is just set up for 6 days, and I just did a random tick speed increase just to get it all up, just to get as much dripstone in there as I could to just show you guys. So I'm going to actually force this by turning it off, and now we launch the flying machines. We have two sets of flying machines, one on the top, one on the bottom. The top one will keep our seed dripstone going, and our bottom ones will, one, break whatever is left and push all of them that are available over to our collection system. Now, this is just double speed hopper loaders for a set of chests underneath, and it still doesn't even keep, and with it full like that, it doesn't even keep up. So yeah, this thing, when set up, can produce a lot of dripstone. And as you see, these things are now pushing all the ones that broke off prior. And if any of them happen to grow while this thing is flying, yeah, that's fine. We don't care. It'll just add to the timing, add more dripstone, and we don't lose a single piece. As you can see, there is not a single piece of dripstone left. And they all get pushed into our collection system, which then gets pushed into gets put into our storage. Now, you can use whatever storage you want. You can use whatever timer you want. But yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. So, what do you say, guys? Let's get to building this thing. Okay, everybody. I'm back. And like always, like I typically do, we got everything we need to make this inside of the shulker box. Now, just for expediency, I actually just built the major part of the structure. Inside, between the top of the bottom of the pointed dripstone and this moss, is 8 blocks. This is 12 blocks wide. You could probably increase this by 2, maybe 3, probably 2 max, so that you'll immediately be able to get them on the bottom too. But you can expand this horizontally all you want, with making it 12 wide each time, and that's just because of the way the flying machines are. So we've got a 12 wide, this is 65 long, 8 high area that we will be filling with dripstone, and we'll be doing it automatically. So let's take a look. Before we actually take a look at what's inside the shulker box, let me explain why I'm using moss. Let's just open up the creative inventory real fast. Now, certain blocks can be used because they are non-sticky. We have moss, we have obsidian, crying obsidian, jack-o'-lanterns, carved pumpkins, regular pumpkins, melons, leaves, respawn anchors, and I'm only using these ones because these ones are classified as full blocks and they would be able to slide. Jukeboxes even, but those are super expensive, so I didn't include them. And then also any of the glazed terracotta. Now, the reason why I'm not using leaves on this bottom part is because dripstone does not form on top of leaves. So there is no point in using leaves, but you have all sorts of options, and I find moss to be the easiest option. So let's take a look at what we got. Now, when it comes to slime and honey, you want to use the one you have more of for the launching of the system. For the launching versus the flying machine itself. Honey blocks, I typically don't carry around as many honey blocks as I do slime blocks. So typically that's why my flying machines will be made out of honey if they are using this style of system. We're going to need 8 sticky pistons. 4 of them are for the flying machines, and the other 4 are for the system. 4 regular pistons, 3 walls, 7 observers, 13 dust, 6 repeaters, 2 torches, a bunch of blocks to build with, and it doesn't matter. Some of them have to be solid, and some of them could be whatever you want. 4 immovable blocks like obsidian. Some let's see here. How do you say it? Some non-sticky, transparent, no hitbox blocks are used, like buttons and signs. Some type of collection system, and that one is strictly up to you. Dripstone, pointed dripstone, moss. These ones are strictly these 2 required. The moss, up to you. I gave you the other examples. I'm going to be using leaves on one part and a lot of water. Bring an infinite supply. So, first things first is we're going to have to determine, first thing is, this water tray is going to be done on both sides. So, it's supposed to be 24, so it must have just fallen out of my pocket. Okay, so first thing is we're going to be placing these all the way across, and the whole point is just to stop water from flowing. This is our drop chute. This is where all the dripstone will come down to, and we don't want anything on this level that can be stuck to by that can be pushed or pulled, that can be pulled by a sticky piston. So any type of collection system will start underneath here. So put our buttons there. We're going to go up 2 blocks just for this part, and we can actually end up going all the way up, but from here, starting at the 1 block past it, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we'll just encase this, and we'll make a little bit of a tray for water. Now, if you're like me and you don't want to carry around constantly using buckets, you could use ice, and then all you have to do is just alternate them. But yeah, the whole point behind this is just to be able to make sure we are not losing any dripstone. So we'll get our water and we'll just fill up this entire area. And if you fill, so now grab a non-sticky block and place them one above the moss, leaving a 1 block gap. And we'll just run that all the way across. And we can actually just run it all the way up. Some of these will be busted out. Why? This is also the reason why I prefer leaves or moss for this. And this last one we can actually get rid of, or we can just leave it. But we need to place leaves. We need to place our non-sticky blocks right next to the dripstone, and we can get rid of all of this. There we are. So now we'll grab whatever block you want. I'm using the white stained glass. Put it in the corner and add 5 sticky blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then add 2 more. Then we could just place blocks there. Throw another one in the corner and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 more. Now we will grab our sticky pistons. On the first block there, we'll place it there. One going in both directions. And we'll grab our regular pistons right behind there. Place them there. Now we will grab our observers. First one will go right next to the regular piston, and this one will place a temporary block there, place it there, go next to the sticky piston. Grab our immovable block, and then you can use whatever blocks you want here. In fact, you can use anywhere along here. Has to be an immovable block. So that's very important. And now we will grab our other block, one away from the observers, and right above the observers and one away. We're going to place 2 sticky blocks and connect them just like this. Put 2 temporary blocks. Grab a sticky piston and place it there. Now here we can actually just cover this up with whatever decorative system you want. I'm just going to use glass because I like the look of it. At least for this. I'm only going to do the back side for a very short period. And one side, because that will allow us to get in here and make a little more. So now we've got this set up. This bottom one's ready to go. So for the top one, we do the exact same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. And right behind, obsidian, piston, sticky, observer there, and an observer there. This will allow us to start the machine. So we do the exact same setup. Now the reason why I put it up one is because if you look, we have this all on one level. I don't want the sticky blocks to move any of these blocks. So to prevent that, I just have it going up. And if it makes you feel any better, you can just do that. Cover them up. But then, yeah, temporary blocks and a sticky piston there. And then we can set up, and we can just finish filling this in, fill this in, and we'll just fill it all in just to be able to look, just for keeping everything within a certain bound, a certain area. And that's what this is, strictly, is to be able to control, just more of a dimension that we're keeping. Now, whatever system you want to use for the powering, all you have to do is just power this block right here. Or even that block right there. You just have to power that piston and the whole system will work on its own. So now we're going to come over here. I'm going to just put one more block there. I'm going to fill this in right here. Because now we are going to grab our walls. Place a wall right there. Right next to where this part will go, on the side that has the arm all the way in the back. Then we will grab our observers. Place one going down. Solid block. We're going to bust this out. And in fact, now we would be able to, just because we can, fill all of this in. Because everything is now sealed up. Nice. So we got everything sealed up. Take a redstone torch. Place it there. Whatever block you want. Put 4 of them in. And then it has to be a solid block with a torch on it. Throw your dust on top. And one away from the torch. Put at least 3 blocks. And a solid block. Throw dust here. Dust here. Grab your repeaters. One on 2 ticks. And the other one on 4. The one closer to the torch goes on 4 ticks. Now we have this thing set up ready to go with just powering this block. Because when this passes past this point, the wall will change. The observer will detect the change, powering the block, which turns off the torch, which turns off that torch, which then powers that sticky piston, pulling the observers back. Yeah, that's how it goes. So now that side is done. Just put in your control clock, however you want it, and set it, and then there you go. Now all we have to do is set up our water tray again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And go. There we are. And just fill this in like the previous one. And whichever side we have the arm at, the arm that's coming in, it becomes the back arm. So we can actually just put in walls here all the way up, that so that we can just have a nice looking box, decorate it, put another building around it, whatever you want. The whole point behind putting it in a box is just to maintain control of where things are coming out of. There's no other reason. Just think of it like keeping control. So, but let me get my water in. Because this one, all we have to do is just deal with the backside. So these side walls are it could be already built. And however you build them is up to you. In fact, even if you just want to put them all in walls, that's fine. That works too. Because then you can hide some of this. But yeah, so from right here, in this back corner, on the same side that has the the arm coming in first. So if your flying machine is flipped around, it will go over there. Add 1, 2, 3, 4 non-sticky blocks and a piece of obsidian. We will go over one, go here, and then get all the way to where the obsidian is and place and do this structure right here, and these all have to be non-sticky blocks. Let's get rid of those buttons. We'll grab our observer, and we will be using our observer for this part. Grab our solid block, 2 dust, repeater, set to 4 ticks, set to 2 ticks. Our sticky pistons on the side of it. Our honey blocks, we go make a wall of 4, 2, and then 1 down, 1 down. And if you're doing it on this side and you want to make sure you have it right, all you have to do is just put your wall here. And if it's 1 block away from the wall, it's good. Most of this wall can be whatever you want, but these two have to be non-sticky, so I recommend just using the same block. And we can not even worry about much, because I can just fill it all in, and I'll leave those there just to show you guys what will happen. So then from here, we just continue going up until we are in line right here. Let me grab you. And then 4 obsidian. Same setup as down below. This is an automatic return system. So it will automatically take the system, automatically bring the minecart, bring the flying machine back. So that's the only reason why we are doing that. So now that we actually got this all set up, let me just finish covering this up because of keeping it looking nice. Okay. And there. Now, come over here. And, like I said, whatever system you want to use to power this is fine. You can even have it set up where you just have to walk up here and go, beep, and it'll launch. And as you can see, it pulls them, and these are now processing all the way over. And if you end up having did what I did there, and you use leaves or moss, they'll just bust right through and not even worry about it. Very good thing to have at that point. And we don't have to worry too much about the dripstone growing and messing up the system. Because even when I was running it at a high tick rate, a high random tick rate, it did mess it up. But as you can see, they bounce back and they stay in the same formation until they get all the way back. And the whole point again is to make sure that the floor gets cleaned, and all the items go into your collection. And as you can see, there is no redstone just sticking out of the box, which for builders is great. In fact, I could even place a block right there. And we can watch this, the slime blocks there as it passes. And there we go. So it doesn't matter. So there we are. Well, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down in the comment section. If it's a major issue, I recommend joining my Discord for that. Link to that will be in the description. World download for this would actually is going to be in my world downloads on my Discord. So if you want to actually take a look and figure things out on your own with it, go ahead. If you want to support me, you can subscribe. But you guys, this is the Redstone Wizard. Enjoy building.